was the fall of 2021, and I had just been laid off of my job in marketing. I was thoroughly devastated. I was also seriously burnt out. So I decided to escape to the San Juans, to lick my wounds and ask the age-old question, what the fuck? Turns out the universe was giving me the opportunity to choose differently. So I took inventory, and one thing was abundantly clear. Alcohol wasn't doing me any favors. Now, I could do yet another dry January, or I could just dedicate myself to quitting for good. I chose the latter. 5 out of 5 stars would do again. Then I got this lofty idea that what I wanted to do was build a retreat/community center for musicians and artists. And I had this beautiful vision of a labyrinth set against old-growth trees. And so I enthusiastically called a friend of mine to share this vision. And do you know what she said? Kristen, you're a traveler. Why in the world are you going to tie yourself to one place when you could be building labyrinths around the world? Y'all, my mind got very quiet. My body got very still. And somehow I knew she was right. So fast forward 6 months, it's 9 a.m., 100 degrees. A massive sandstorm had just blown through Black Rock City. Now, it's important to note I had been to Burning Man a few years beforehand, and I distinctly remember saying, why would anyone go to Burning Man sober? And yet here I was, in my first full year of sobriety, standing in the center of, you guessed it, a labyrinth. And I was doing what I had done every day for the past 5 mornings, and that was dust each and every of the 486 tiles of a labyrinth a small team and I had spent 3 days building in the dust. And I know what you're thinking. That sounds like an exercise in futility. And yes, ordinarily I would agree with you. But this labyrinth was different. This labyrinth was special. This labyrinth had provided purpose as I navigated months of unemployment, and now a sober burn. This act, this ritual of dusting the tiles every day, sometimes twice a day, depending on the storm, had given me peace. And I was now clearing the path so that others might find their way. So, speaking of finding your way, it's important to note that mazes and labyrinths are not the same thing. Yeah, see, a lot of you got David Bowie in your head on that one, and I hate to break it to you, but that is not a labyrinth. Labyrinths have big hedges that obstruct your view. You've got to make decisions. There's dead ends. You're probably going to get lost. Let's be honest, you're going to get lost. That's kind of the point. Labyrinths, on the other hand, have no hedge to obstruct your view. There's traditionally one path in and one path out. And while it's true the meandering nature of a labyrinth might find you feeling lost, I can attest to this feeling. You can't actually get lost. That's the beauty of them. Trust the path. And so I have come to learn that labyrinths offer 3 things to folks, especially those in the middle of a big transition. 1, they provide certainty in uncertain times. 2, they connect us to ourselves, to nature, and each other. And 3, they provide a sacred and safe space to quiet our minds and open our hearts. Now, for those of you who might be wondering about building labyrinths around the world, I leave in May to build one in Sweden. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah! Thank you.